It's a stream. We are live. And there you go. You made it in time. Woo-hoo!
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday. Let's not look at this. So we will not look
Oh,
at that.
okay. There we go.
There we go. Let me do it like
That's-
this.
there
There we
you
go.
go. Y'all
Much
there. Y'all not
better. Much better. Happy Friday. You made it back
How
in
you doing?
time.
Yes. No. Close
We're
that.
here. Close that out. You say hello to the people.
Hello to the people.
Hi, people. Hopefully you're having a happy Friday and had a great week.
I had a great week.
Thank you for coming and joining in with us. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, like and subscribe, like, comment, and we will have calling in a little later on when we talk about these topics. But before we do that, let me be polite.
Okay.
I'm polite.
Be polite. For what?
How was your week?
It was good. I had a good week.
You had a really good week.
Yeah.
And how was your day today?
Today was a good day. I left work early. Off tomorrow, so that's always good.
Okay. Are you gonna be polite to me?
Oh, are you done asking me about my day?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay,
I just was really trying.
How was your week?
My week. My week was dope. My week was real dope. So yeah, okay, it's working. So my week was real dope. So of course, this is October, and not of course, but it's still my birthday month. And I got to see one of my favorite MCs, my favorite lyricists. He was here in Philly, Kara Slun, last night. Was it last night? It was last night. Yes. One. I had a great time. I enjoyed myself. I danced a little bit. It was nice. I enjoyed seeing him. And I got to see one of my homies on stage rapping too. One son, still can beat you in spades. You know, you get these hands. But anyway, yeah, had a great time. So that was my part of my week. I'm just really grateful for my life and everything. Yeah. And the weather's been pretty good.
Yeah, I'll give that. The weather's been pretty okay.
Yeah.
Philly teams are still doing well. I mean, the Sixers.
The Sixers did lose.
0-2.
But it's okay.
0-2.
And
Still
it's
rock
all
with
right.
y'all. Rock with y'all.
We always rock with y'all. It's okay, y'all. We doing good. Phillies are doing good. Flyers are doing good. The Eagles are doing good.
Eagles are undefeated. They're doing great. And they just beat Dallas.
We beat Dallas. But some people like to keep hating and saying, "Oh, we haven't played anyone yet." Well, they're all in the NFL. It's 6 teams we played. I mean, were they college games?
I don't know.
Okay.
Phillies are tied right now in the 4th inning.
Okay, good.
1-up. No good.
I mean,
we here tonight though. We here tonight, so hopefully.
My poor plant. My poor plant. No, it's not just you. It needs more sun, and I turned it too fast. And I'm sorry. You have to turn it slightly. And I turned it too fast, so that side is getting all the sunlight, and this side isn't. And it needs some more because it needs some more. So I got y'all more. All right. So let's get into it.
All right. What we talking about?
What are we talking about? Let me pull it up. The docket. I like that word. Docket. I want to talk about this first.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. So there was a teacher, a substitute teacher, I believe. I did bring it up. She's in some state, and she was teaching children in Maryland. So it's very close by. She's a substitute teacher, and she made a comment. I'm going to read the comment that she made. This is super bright. Why did I put it up that bright? I'm not that old. I can see. And people who can't see, not saying anything about you. Oh, if you don't, never mind. I know how to fix your eyes. Now, I won't say that. I fix my eyesight, and I'm working more, fixing it more. I have it a little documented. All right. So the substitute teacher in Maryland, she said she made a tweet, or she tweeted, yes. Black women raising boys, please stop letting your sons pick up your female traits. I have the bitchiest boys in my class. I know y'all have some men around somewhere. This shit is getting ridiculous.
Can I say I don't disagree, but I'm sure she caught hell for it.
She caught hell, but not all the way. There were many people who agreed with her, but of course, it's in the school system. So there were parents who had what parents said And this is what I don't like about the world. And I do understand it's not how you say things, it's not what you say, it's how you say things. But you can't just throw the baby out with the bath water. You know, that comes from something really nasty. It was the people was washing up in the same water. And by the time the baby got a chance to get the water was so dirty you might not have seen the baby. And he was like,
Yeah, because
oh,
that's
I
when
don't
you had
want
to
to
go
talk
draw
about it.
your water.
But no, you didn't have to. So everybody didn't have to wash up in the same water.
Was you gonna go? Would you go and walk back to the
Yes.
well and get water?
That's disgusting.
Well, then you got to walk back to the well and wait for it to heat up.
Okay, but I ain't washing up in the 4 people that washed up in the water.
And
That baby going out in the bath water because then the baby's diseased. The baby's diseased because Papa Bear, Mama Bear, the brother, the sister, and somebody else was out in the fields and they brought all the disease in. You put the baby in there, and then the murky water killed the baby. So yes, throw the baby out.
Built the baby's immune system up, and the baby gonna be strong.
Like bull. So yeah, there were some people that agreed with her. There were some that didn't agree with her. A lot of people said she shouldn't have said it the way she said it. Maybe she should have said it another way.
Did everybody understand?
I think they understood what she said.
Nobody misunderstood her.
I think she was very clear on what she meant.
Yeah.
They didn't have to like how she said it, but I believe she didn't cut any corners.
And if it hit a nerve, then it might be true.
Yeah, because things that don't bother you don't bother you.
Holler.
Yeah.
Like
they hollering.
Like I took absolutely no offense to that.
No, I truly see it. I see so much more with boys and men.
The argument that
bickering.
Drill rap. Yeah, they're killing each other. But it's less this and more bickering.
Yes, and men,
and they're going live and going back
and forth in that social media thing. No. I remember when the Dr. Umar, the one with the school, he went something with some other man, and I don't know what type of men they are, but they pro-black and all the kind of men's. And they was going. No, that didn't make any sense, but they were men. But the way they were acting were like women, and it was clear that some people, what's happening?
You got a warning.
They trying to get me off the air.
They already kicked you off Facebook.
I know they did. You know they kicked me. All right, are we going to talk about? I'll tell you about the Facebook thing in a minute. But the men, I was saying them being men. Oh, they were on there arguing back and forth. And they were like going back and forth with each other. And I was like, who does that? What men do that? You can say, hey, I'll see you, and y'all can have your conversation behind closed doors, or y'all fight it out. But whatever y'all do is not something y'all going online. I said, oh, that's some bitch.
It's one thing if we're having a debate. It's another thing if we're having a disagreement.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're having a disagreement, we're having a disagreement, we ain't going back and forth. We're going to settle. We're just debating something.
Yeah, that's an argument. That's what arguments are. Somebody's coming with factual things and factual
nobody's
things
really talking crap. It's just
just
two different points
of view.
Yeah, and that's fine. We can go back and forth with that. But I'm not going back and forth over dumb stuff. I don't like you, and you did this dumb. No,
that's your feelings. You need to work those out on your own, or we will work something out together, but not your feelings. Say hi to your sister.
Hi to my sister. I got all your texts, all your messages. This week.
Good.
The first one we got, and
they have a prequel to it. I don't know if you know about that. They got a prequel. So, prequel. I see.
W.
Your brother's low. He said why, and I was like, that doesn't come before.
No, it comes after that. That's the trilogy.
Okay. But anyway, what were we talking about? The men arguing.
The girls,
women raising, giving that, and it's not women. And I wouldn't say this. It's not women all the time, because I do see it, but all the time raising their little boys to have female traits. Yes, I said female. I know y'all people don't like female. It's the female. Get over it. Chick, female. If y'all feel as though there's somebody calling you a dog, well, then that's a dog hits holler. Hit dogs. Hit dogs holler. Okay. So maybe it's not that they're necessarily teaching their sons, not all of them, but if their sons in the household and there's no men around, their sons are going to pick up those traits, because children pick up what they see, boy or girl. And if all they're seeing is women gossiping, and do better, women. Come on, it's not a trait that women should be sitting around gossiping. If y'all should be building with each other and making moves, sitting around talking about who did what and who did it. That's some bitter shit. If anybody got time to sit around gossiping about somebody else, and y'all might be mad at me about this, and I don't give a damn. If you got time to sit around gossiping about somebody else, you ain't doing shit with your life. You're unhappy with your life. Because if you're happy with your life and you're moving on, all you can do is talk life and good things into other people because you moving and doing good things. If you got to sit around and say, ooh, what they doing, who they doing, what they doing this, then you bitter and work on that. Clean all that bitterness. Take a good dump. Get a little bit of castor oil, little tiny bit of castor oil, not a teaspoon, not a little bit, and take a little castor oil and let them flush all that shit out you, so you can be happy and you can just love being who you are. And that's a great role model for your children, boy or girl. But still, there should be masculine energy for with little boys or little girls in the household. One thing I noticed with having a male in the household with my children go to bed at a certain time. Because if there's no man in the household, sometimes you just be like, whatever. But when you have a man in the household, that's nobody sleeping in the same bed with you and nobody staying up late. Certain things just don't happen. And I even just talking about a male relationship, like intimate relationship. It can be an uncle, it can be a cousin, it can be a big brother. But you need that male energy to because for both boys and girls to know that this is not all the way, because it's a whole total imbalance in this world, because everybody acting a little girlish, a little punkish, and everybody doing a little bit too much stuff that they shouldn't be doing. I'm done talking.
I'm agreeing with everything you're saying. I'm just back here shaking my head, co-signing. Yeah, what she said. Yeah. Act right.
But yeah, I definitely couldn't be. I saw the change in the school system when I was teaching. I used to do like after school programs, teaching languages and stuff, and then did substitute teaching. When you couldn't punish the kids, you couldn't make them put their heads down. You couldn't make them stand up if they was rocking back and forth in their chairs. Because my thing is, you rock back and forth your chair. Oops, you fell. Guess you don't want a chair. You'll stand or sit on the floor the whole time. You'll learn how to sit in this chair.
Lack of discipline, period. Got these kids wild.
Mm-hmm. You running around, oops, you tripped and fell. Or you grab them like that real quick.
But no discipline means they don't realize there's real consequences for their actions. Then they become adults where there are immediate consequences for some of your actions. Mm-hmm. And then they don't understand
why. How? Why?
No, you can't do this to me. No, I don't understand why. Why do I have to pay for what I screwed up?
And also, children want to be disciplined. They know that's a sign of that you care for them. Because when you don't discipline children, you don't care for them, because you're putting them out for the wolves. Because one way or another, somebody's going to teach them. Right is right and wrong is wrong. So they want to be disciplined. So they're going to keep going and going and going until they get disciplined. Pop them. I say pop them. And if you don't have any good men around you, try to find a boys club. And not just for your little boys.
Be careful with them too.
Oh yeah.
You gotta vet everybody, running everything.
Everybody and the women too.
Nobody can be trusted with your children. Learn to raise your own kids.
And allow fathers to be in their lives. And I'm not saying all fathers be in their lives. Fathers be in your children's lives. Stop being ashamed because something didn't work out or is not perfect how you want it to be, or whatever. Your kids just want you in their lives. They don't care how perfect it needs to be or how or not. And some women will allow that to happen. Women, allow the men to be in their life. You lay down with them, they ain't that bad. You opened your legs up to them, it wasn't that bad. So let them be in their child's life. Y'all don't have to talk to each other. Get over that. If you ain't together, you ain't together. He ain't got to buy you something if he buy the kids something. Get over yourself. Allow that person to be in your child's life. If you don't feel like he's a safe enough person, learn his family. Have supervised visits, but allow that man to be in your child's life, not just the boys, but the girls as well. That's just my opinion.
That's just good parenting. I didn't call you a good parent. I said that technique is good parenting.
You ain't shit.
I never claimed to be.
No. Or maybe you are shit.
You're full of shit. Go have some castor oil. Yeah, I heard you. Go get it. You'll be all right.
Anyway, so with that being said, remember we was just watching that. We was watching that podcast with the man, and he flipped out on the girl because he was like, she got a deep voice. Cute girl, cute woman.
One of those DJ Academics.
Yes.
I don't know
chunky so.
I don't know what it was on. I don't watch that.
Yeah, I don't
It
know
was
what it
on your
is.
feed. You was
Yeah, I don't know
telling
what
me.
it is. It pops up sometimes. It's weird. This podcast where they have Instagram models come on and then they like to talk to them like they ain't nothing and put them down or whatever.
Tell them they'll
So
never have a man for real when everyone in the room is pretty much drooling over him the
yeah,
whole time. It's really weird.
yep.
It's really weird.
So
Really weird.
he got mad at the woman, like ridiculously mad at the woman who already told him she's an alpha, and he went to test it, and he basically told her that he's a zeta. I don't know what's the
Shut up.
last one.
No.
Epsilon. He's an epsilon.
Omega. Ain't that the end?
Alpha and Omega. Oh yeah, I should know that. I know the Bible. All right, he's an epsilon. He ain't even an omega. He's an epsilon. He wasn't even close enough to, and she just was very calm, and he just started getting angrier and angrier, and then he tried to call somebody else out for
And then he
sex with
started talking
somebody.
about how much money he got and how he's better than her boyfriend for this, that, and third.
And she said, "Well, he can see his thing. You if maybe if you lose weight, you'll be able to see yours." But I mean, like he started with her, and then the other guy tried to start with her, call like all these kind of things. And luckily, there was one man in the room who was like, "Yo, y'all dudes are doing too much."
Yeah, like it seemed like it's
They
one
ain't
thing.
got no daddies in their lives. That's what it seemed like. He ain't got no daddy in his life. Dad ain't got no daddy in his life, or no uncles or nothing in his life. And he probably hugged his mom by touching his mama's butt and put his head in his mama's breast. He seemed like a little punk. And I say a punk now because we saw a video that happened afterwards. I saw the video after. I didn't send it to you. Where he up there pushing the girl, took the girl bag that he must have gave her money for, but pushing her all the time. I'm the prize. I'm the prize. Yep, you sound just like a little bitch.
Look, the boy got money and wild out. He think it's the be all end all, and now he wasn't never thorough to begin with, but
he don't look like.
But
he
now,
look
but
like
money exposes you. It just makes you more of whatever you already was.
A bitch. Oh, I'm sorry, not a bitch. Because that's like, first of all, men don't put their hands on women. And some men that do put their hands on women because some women like to put their hands on men. Just saying, that's their business. I ain't gonna talk about them. People do what they want to do. But other men,
yeah, some people just fight.
Yeah, some people just like to fight. It's a thing that happens. That's their love.
No,
whatever
that ain't
that
love.
is not
That
love. It's very trauma. It's traumatic, but that's what they do. But men don't sit around. And the woman wasn't doing anything. She wasn't pushing up on him. He was all in her face. What man sits up and being a woman's face like that?
It's an emotional one who can't control his
One who
feelings.
need to be around some men. Men, drop squad these little boys, not even little boys, these men. Drop squad them, pull them in the van, duke them up a little bit, make them cry, make them do whatever, and get them back to being men.
They all emotional, but they all got guns too.
No, I ain't gonna say that.
No, you gotta shoot them because otherwise, once you hurt their feelings and tell them they're wrong, then
I'm not gonna say maybe, and we just start off with a new generation because we will come back. But oh man,
that's why so many
women.
we just
I know there's no blame putting out there. It's just that you need to find some good men in your life to be around both your children. But good.
Both your children. Well, everybody ain't got two children.
I mean, if you have a girl or a boy, because it matters. Your father gives you a confidence. Your father gives you a protection. If you don't have that, it's really hard for you to find your own confidence, if ever. Because you imagine being born and you don't have the person that's supposed to protect you there. And then the person, even as a child being able to jump off a couch or jump off the bed and jump into your arms, they're not going to do that much with their mom, but they'll do that with their dad or a man because it's a different energy and a different protection. And that lets you walk through life differently and whole. So figure it out, people. Figure it out. Because these little punks jump up to get beat down. I mean, y'all setting your children up for failure.
Yeah, but that's why they're trying to make society no bullying, no.
No, you need to bully them. They need to learn how to snap back with their words. They need to learn how to be like, oh, I don't like this, and figure out how to get out of situations. Some people may become comedians out of it. Some people may be able to be boxers out of it. Some people may just learn how to take it. Everybody's not going to have the same path. Stop trying to make everybody do the same thing.
Number 2 or 3 mass shootings too.
What from bullying? Oh,
That's what they say.
well, that's y'all bullying. That bullying be like cutting people here and putting their face in toys and stuff like that, and threatening their parents and sleeping with people dads and stuff. Yeah, I'm not saying you got to go out like that, do that to people, but that stuff, y'all need that stuff is psychological help. Need help. That's evil. That's not what the bullying I'm talking about. That's like, oh, you got dirty clothes on. Let's talk about your clothes. Let's talk about your mom. Let's talk about your dad. Let's talk about stuff like that. Normal things. All right. What was the passport bros thing that you showed me?
Oh, well, my whole thing was like I didn't care about it, but I found it funny that all the women were getting mad. Like y'all said y'all didn't want these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all said y'all wasn't going to feminize and submit or whatever it was these guys was asking for. So they said, well, we're going to go to other countries and find women who will do this. And here's the thing, just like you see that, or these women, not necessarily you, but just like they see the rich guy as the prize and ignore everybody else.
Okay.
When they go to those other countries, they're the rich guy. So
so they end up doing the same
so
exact
it's really
thing,
the
same cycle.
thing. It's really the same thing, but it's on different. It's levels to this shit.
Oh, okay. And I know,
and I mean those women. And here's the thing: it's not so much they're the rich guy, but like that woman would not submit to a man who could not take care of her.
Yeah, they can take
Any
care
woman
of
would not submit to a man who some women will not submit to a man who even takes care of her. And that's the problem. That's the problem of what we
But you know what? It's not that. See, that's the problem with men have when they talk about taking care of a woman. Taking care of is not just giving the woman money or financially taking care of her. And that's where those men get wrong, because when you see those relationships, it's all about this. They don't know how to say, hey, no, we're not doing this. This is how they don't know how to lead. That's what it is. Yeah. So that's how they're able to go to other.
See, that's the thing. If that's your way of leading is stringing them along with stuff, then you're not leading. You're because not leading. As soon as you have to say, you can't ever say no, because when you say no, they're not following no more.
So that's why they're getting away with stuff, and we're not getting away with stuff, but how those relationships happen.
Yeah, but I mean, basically, I mean, I see it as the same thing. I'm like, y'all just mad because they worked around y'all system. Like, look, I'm not going to submit to the stuff you want and let you talk to me any kind of way and be a second class citizen in my house.
Yeah.
Because you make a little more money and got more education or whatever the situation may be. I'm going to just go get somebody else who makes me happy and makes me feel good about myself. Like you looking for somebody to make you feel good about yourself.
Validating people. They need validation. Oh, that's so not cute.
Well, that's what men really want is to be needed. And if I know you
don't needed is something different than validated. Because if your whole person is whole, but because what you're saying, like I understand that, because needed, yes, someone should feel that's your purpose. You need to have that purpose.
You don't need me, like,
but if you like, oh, you make more money than me and this, and I need to feel good about myself, and I'll get somebody who doesn't make enough money. That's validation.
Yeah,
but yeah. Because I don't blame them in some ways. Because
I don't blame either side. Like, go for what you want. If they want a more submissive woman and they can go get one there, if you want a richer dude who's got more to provide for you and you can give him what he wants, do what you want. I don't care about none of that. Don't make me no never mind. But my whole thing is, I just find it funny from the outside looking like it's really the same thing. It's just different tiers.
Yeah, it just ends up being going instead of everybody working on themselves.
Yeah, because they're gonna go find the hottest chick they can find at that country.
Yeah.
When it's regular chicks in that country, with the regular dudes in that country.
And then it's gonna look like that.
And them regular dudes is like, oh, all our bad chicks always leave for the American. It is the same thing.
Like that, y'all. You want a cookie? I'm gonna say waffle
coming up with my little thing.
Yes,
I get a cookie.
You get a cookie and go. Well, that's interesting. I don't blame them in some ways. Yeah, go do what you want to do. Still enough men around here. Darn it. Oh, that's what I wanted to say about it's happening in South Africa, but in a different way. So in South Africa, they're hey plant. They're the government is forcing the fake South Africans, the white people, to give back the land that they stole, they shouldn't be on, and to a native South African, a real black person, South African, not the fake ones that they be trying to be.
How do you determine who's real?
They white. They ain't from South Africa. They not from there. They from Belgium. The Belgian people who live in South Africa who shouldn't be there anymore because they stole stuff. The government, instead of kicking them out, like they just let them stay there because they would be kicked out. And the reason they can't keep the land, they have to give it to a native South African. So what they're doing is, hey, black women, if you want to go and be somebody's wife in South Africa and have some land, and looking for us here in America.
But we ain't from South Africa.
But you marry a South African, the fake South Africans, but they call South Africans because they call African Americans.
Because they live there. Like Elon Musk, right? No, he's from Australia.
He's from Australia. He shouldn't be there either. Well, it's not a place that they shouldn't be. As I was saying, don't be laughing at me. I'm telling the truth.
Ain't that we got you kicked off of Facebook?
Oh yeah. So I'll tell y'all why I got kicked off Facebook and hate Facebook people. But no, but you go there, they're marrying black women. They're making so when they get down there and become, because they're South African and they have a baby, their child is South African now. And their child gets the land.
Because they're black and South
because
African.
They're technically South African. And that's how they keeping the land in their family instead of actually giving it to the people who they should give it to. Ain't that some? Well, you know, they always find some way to do some shit.
Oh, we can go marry you a white guy and get you some South African land.
I will not.
Then you can give it to whoever.
No, I will not. They don't deserve that land in the first place.
You're not helpful.
You know, darn sure wouldn't be no baby with him. I marry him, then mistakenly somebody just had a heart attack. Guess I can't do that now because I still playing on this podcast. Boo, talking out loud. Anyway, so that's the bros before hoes or whatever that's called. Passport bros. I say passport hoes, but they have those too. Those people that go to Dubai.
Oh. That's not. You showed me that stuff. I don't. Women nasty. Y'all be nasty for money.
Ain't no.
Yeah, they was women. You a women.
I ain't that kind of woman.
Some of y'all be nasty.
I call in the house at before 10 o'clock in the night. There ain't nothing out there but open, but bars and legs and something. That's why I stay in there at 10 o'clock. But the passport holes here, that's nasty. It's humps. And
it's whatever.
It's whatever. Talking about whatever. A gentleman from another country was here working hard in an office. He was working really hard. Yeah, I'm a Facebook jail, Donna. You know, they didn't put me in jail because they don't have no black people on representation on their boards. They didn't put me in jail for some other stuff too. That's a black saying, but I think it was for the N-word and not the N-word about us. And I ain't even call nobody that. You know, you can't talk about some people. I ain't gonna say it here either. They try to ban me. F you, Facebook. F for fuck you. But so talking about this gentleman, he's from another country. Was he Mexican? I believe he was Mexican, one of our Mexican neighbors. He came here to work really hard, and I believe he probably was working hard. He worked at an office. And something tells me in my spirit that not saying what he did was right.
What he did was totally wrong. It was nasty.
But I'm not saying he should have did it, but I believe he did it for a reason because I looked in his eyes.
No.
I just feel in my spirit that he wouldn't do nothing like that.
No, he did it. But he did it. It's on camera. He did it.
Okay, well, what he did was
nasty.
And that's unbelievable. I'm gonna show you the size of the water bottle. The water bottle was technically like this big.
That's just the one they had one thing. That can't be the actual one.
No, he pointed. That was a picture, and they said this is a screen
You know how
shot
the
up
news
there.
do.
No,
You're listening to the news again.
not the one. Not when they pushed it to the with her, and it was a water bottle there on the desk with his picture. It was a water bottle, and they said that and the water bottle there, and it was the water bottle like this, and it had a little the sports cap on it. He Mr. from Mexico, Senor from Mexico, and amigo.
You're my friend
from Mexico. Maybe not my friend. He's somebody's friend.
He
decided to.
Don't be friends with him. He nasty.
He is nasty though. He decided to put his peen, his pepe, his bicho.
You're gonna get banned.
Inside a water bottle like this.
They never said it was like that. They just showed the picture one like that. That's impossible.
No, Anthony.
That's impossible. That is impossible.
Anthony, did I tell you about belly button boy?
That's impossible.
Belly button man.
That's impossible.
I've seen one.
But anyway,
I've seen one.
No. She lying.
No, I'm not.
She's exaggerating.
Oh, I don't want to say who it was because I don't want to say, but they were from the region of the southern part of the below the United States. The lady who worked there. And it's something telling me they was treating this man poorly.
No, you don't know this. You don't have facts. You cannot say this.
I feel it in my heart.
No, your heart is evil and icy.
It's icy. It ain't evil though. But I feel in my heart that they must have done something to this man.
No, he's just nasty. He's a nasty fucker.
Okay, it was nasty. So the lady, let me just say what it is. The lady said it was a cooler in the doctor's office, and she smelled like it smelled funny, the water cooler, so she stopped drinking out of it. So she would bring water bottles like this.
She didn't say like that. She just said bring water bottles.
That was the only water bottle. It was a water bottle, and it was an antibacterial squirt thing next to it. And they said, "There's the water bottle."
They didn't say there's a water bottle. They said a water bottle is what they said. It's a water bottle.
So the water bottle.
No, it wasn't. It couldn't have been. That's impossible.
I'm telling you, it is.
I'm telling you, it's impossible.
I'm telling you.
Either way, that's not the important part of the story.
So she started bringing her water bottle, the water bottle.
Not that one.
And that's not the important part of this story, Anthony. And he decided. Well, she said it started smelling her water bottle.
First, she smelled urine, so she had. They were in a doctor's office, so she had a urine analysis done. They came back, yeah, there was urine in it. So she said, "Oh, okay," and went and bought a camera and said, "Who peeing in my water?" And then she seen the man sticking his penis in her water.
And on top of that, what else happened?
She contracted a social disease,
herpes problem, because she said she can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Ooh, warts. Don't think the warts happen?
I thought they froze those off though. I thought you get rid of those. I don't know.
Oh no.
But either way, whatever it was she couldn't get rid of. And I was just saying the bad part about that is you can't even do like a class action.
He is popping over it yet. Yeah, nasty. It was like that. How I know I've seen it. That I seen one that small.
Who says Rudy?
No, I wish I was. And they said, "I know it's tiny," and I said, "Oh." So it's possible. Shouldn't be. It is, and not shaming anyone.
It sounds like you are. It sounds 100% like you are shaming someone.
Shame.
See?
Shame.
I still don't believe it.
Shame.
Don't shake that at me.
Oh. Okay, so enough about peeing the weed.
No, but disease, like what I was flipping the script on that. I'm like, what if she found out something was happening to her water? But she already had the disease and decided to put the disease on the bottle and give it to him.
See, that's why I said they was doing Mr. Senor
No, you don't
wrong.
know.
I know it in my heart because you confirmed it.
I didn't confirm it. I just play devil's advocate to everything. I'm like, oh, if I found out somebody's peeing in my water and I work in the hospital, I'm like, yo, you got somebody dirty lab work, somebody lab work who gonna be disappointed when they come in, just rub this water on it and leave it here. Since they like to stick that stuff in the water, there you go.
Oh, and now he's being deported.
Yeah, but
I don't see.
and that, no, but like to me, that's like worse. Like, all right, dad, like he getting deported, so he probably not even gonna go to jail when he go home. He probably just gonna come back. She can't get a civil suit. She can't get no reimbursement. She just stuck with whatever he gave her.
Forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
So I mean, like, I feel bad. I feel bad.
I don't feel bad because I didn't drink from the bottle. Oh no, that's not funny.
It's not funny. It's disgusting because you can't trust people.
No,
people
you can't trust people.
Why people nasty? Stop being nasty, people.
That's nasty.
Be good people.
Stuff like that is
I
disgusting.
just say I got a halo.
I know
Be
somebody
good
who would do
I'm
something
Angel.
disgusting like that too. Oh, I don't even want to say I know that person. Yes, enough to being annoying. But I do believe that they did Senor wrong. No, and they probably did what you said they did. And if they did something like that, because she did it, because we're gonna say allegedly, but we know what happened.
No, she didn't. It's not even
alleged.
I said,
Anthony, you said
I said,
it. You
what
confirmed.
if? I said, what if?
You confirmed it.
I had a hypothesis. That's
you
all it was. A guess.
And if she did, when she did stuff like that, imagine the other stuff she did to Senor.
No, she didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I made that up.
Mm-hmm. Take up for it if you want to.
I am because.
You don't even know the lady. How are you taking up for the lady? You don't even know her.
Because the news says she's a victim.
Always taking up for people and don't be knowing Senor was working hard in this country. Now you gotta go back to his country.
I don't care what the reason was. You don't.
Senor, you know there's other ways to get back here. They ain't got the
ball. Don't do it. There's no excuse.
Senor,
there is no excuse. You don't do it under any circumstances. You don't just be and that's what. Maybe that's where he got it from in the first place, sticking his penis in just anything. He nasty already. Stop being nasty. Stop being nasty. No nasty. Change the subject. Next.
Next. They didn't finish the wall. They didn't finish the wall, Senor. You can get over on the side.
Nope.
It's a whole space in that wall they're trying to make you get over, and they're catapulting people over. You can get back.
Man, just don't go back to that job. I seen a dude climb it with his bare hand.
Yeah.
He went and then came right over the other side.
He said, I gotta go. I left my bag. We'll come back tomorrow. Yeah. All right. So you didn't see this either. I forgot to send you this too. Mi culpa. Deion Sanders. First of all, Deion Sanders in the news prior to that, and I ended up seeing this. And it was
he's a college coach now.
He's an HBCU college coach. Go HBCUs, great stuff. And you know, prime time is prime time. He's still prime time. And he got into it with the coach of Alabama State University. From what Alabama State University coach said, that he was being disrespectful. He didn't come to the pre-game coach talk. He walked through their huddle. You know, he was amping up, saying things about the team, and he just was like, "Yeah, it's a game." I was amping it up. So primetime, Deion Sanders, he goes to give them at the end of the game after the other team lost, they won. He goes to give the coach a dap and goes to give him a hug, and the other coach push him away. Just talking about. You need to be raised by some men because
he started it first though.
But all he was doing.
No. You started it first with the nitpicking, and now you want me to be a good sportsman after you started it.
It's a game.
And because you won. No. If I'd have won, you'd have kept that same nitpicking energy you had before. If I'd have won, but because you won, you want to come rub it in my face and make me shake.
What I would have did was I would have held him close and I would have said, "What's the something in his ear?" Smart. Instead of doing that, because man, you look like a nut in front of everybody. You pushing it. It just doesn't look. The optics don't look good.
Now you have to explain yourself. Yeah, but
now it just don't look good.
But do I care about the optics?
You whisper something really. You grab them real tight and close, and you whisper stuff like, "I'm a Damon. I want to see you and grab your legs." You know, stuff like that. Scare him a little bit. So that was the one thing. That's not what we're really talking about. I want to talk about he was had an interview with a reporter, a black reporter, and I believe it's somebody he knows. You know, he's probably been a reporter for a while, and they know each other within that circuit. And so he starts the interview. Am I boring you? Am I boring you? Every time around this time, I just seem like I'm boring you.
Yo, continue on what you're doing. Thank you.
just led with that voice. So what was I saying?
You was talking about Dion.
Deion Sanders. He made me forget.
He was talking to the reporter.
Yes, he was talking to the reporter, and the reporter goes into start the reporting of him. He starts the interview, and he changes his voice with him, and he's like, "So hi, how was the game?" And Deion Sanders is like, "Yo, no, don't do that. Talk to me regular." And he was like, "What do you mean regular?" And he's like, "You wasn't just talking to me like that. Talk to me regular." And then the reporter said, "Well, I want to talk to you professional." And Deion was like, "So when you don't speak like that, you're not professional." So he kind of got on him and stuff. Basically, he's telling him not to code switch.
Yeah, he's gonna get that man fired. Because it's fine when you're talking to Dion, but it's not fine when you representing that white organization.
And see, I don't like that.
It don't matter what you
I'm
like.
just saying, I've been in different positions.
It don't mean
and I've
fair.
never
It
code
don't mean
switched.
it's what you like.
Because you can
go. And how long do you stay in those positions?
I leave most of them.
Okay, you leave them, but how long do you stay in those positions?
I was at one for 3 years. Oh, make me cringe. Think I was somewhere for 3 years. Oh, my back hurt. Oh, I was there for 3 years. Oh, starting to get migraines.
See?
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts.
So everybody ain't built for everything.
It hurts. It hurts.
And like Dion can be Dion.
Everybody, you can be yourself. Know that.
But you can't do everything then. No.
You can be yourself. And being yourself is professional.
And that's what women keep telling all these dumbass little boys who keep running out here doing all this dumb shit.
No.
It's thoughts like that. Yeah,
no,
everybody
be
can't
yourself.
Be everything.
You don't change who you are whenever you be yourself every time, whether it's in a workplace, another workplace. You know how to act right. Don't act like because if how you act is not acting right, and then you have to change who you are, and that's supposed to be to act right. Them, whatever you change into, you see how they act. They don't be acting right. Shoot, you go in there and be who you are. You're intelligent. You have a talent, and you go and be who you are. Don't sit up there and say you have to change who you are. Shoot, I can go anywhere I want to go, and I've been in different positions, and this is how the hair be that, and you get this like this, and what I do, get the money that I deserve and what I want.
Almost not.
Shoot, let somebody tell you gotta be somebody else. You be who you are.
And if you work for yourself, that's 100%.
If you work for other people too, well, work with other people, because I ain't never worked for nobody. I work with other people.
That's why you don't work for nobody now.
I'll never work for nobody. Work with people. Shoot. Anyways,
it's a time and place for everything.
It's a time and place to be yourself every time. It's not a time. No, it's not a time and place for you not to be yourself. You're always supposed to be yourself.
There's plenty of times I can't be myself because myself wants to punch people in the mouth.
You go for it.
No, I can't because it is wrong.
Go for it, Ann.
No. And you know I'm right because you know I can be right to punch them in the mouth, but it's still the wrong thing to do.
I want you to be yourself. No. Look at me, Anthony. Anthony, look at me.
I already said you were wrong.
Look at me, blessed. My blessing, my blessed one. Look at me.
You're wrong.
No, look, listen, blessing.
But I don't want you to waste all your energy being wrong. I'm just trying to cut it short. There's no need.
Your sister play nice. I'm trying to tell him he's a blessing. Listen, blessing.
You can be
blessed, beloved
of the
one,
time, but you can't always be you. If you know what I'm saying.
You should always be yourself. There's never a time you should not be yourself.
You can't always react as yourself.
But no, you should be your best self. And being like that is not your best self. Beloved, beloved, I need you to know to be your best self inside of here, beloved.
Some Harlem dudes be calling everybody.
Beloved, just be your best self. If you feel as though you need to punch the people, beloved, punch the people.
You be hard.
No, you should. It should never be a time that you're not yourself, ever. You should be truly. That's what's wrong with these people out here. Everybody trying to put representatives up and should be themselves. That's when you punch somebody in the face because they are putting punch the representatives. Punch the representatives, not the people.
Swing on mine if you want.
Punch the representatives, not the people. Up with hope, down with dope.
Know who you are and know that where you are And know that sometimes who you are and where you are not conducive to each other.
I'll say this. How I act, how Naya is in a club, Naya is different inside of a church. I'm still Naya, but I don't do what I do in a club. You still be yourself. It doesn't mean you're not yourself. You just be yourself in the situation you're supposed to be in. I'm not going to do things that I do with adults that I do with children. I'm still me though. I'm not a totally different person. You just know which situation, what environment you're in, and be yourself according to the environment. You don't stop being yourself and be somebody else because of this environment. Prove me wrong.
You just basically said that you contradicted yourself in that whole statement.
No, I didn't.
You said, no, I'm not the same every place, but be the same every place.
I am myself, but I'm not. I'm a different person. I'm a different type of person than myself. No. I'm not a different person. I am myself, but how I am myself around adults, I'm not the same as around children.
The same everywhere, then
yes,
you're being
what are
different.
you talking about?
Then you're being different.
No, you're being yourself. When you talk about you have to change yourself to be in a workplace. No, you don't. You still be yourself.
You react.
That's what you're saying. The same thing, Negro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you.
Shut up.
That's what I've been saying the whole damn time.
Shut up, man.
So all I'm saying is now you agree with me. It just took you to get mad and run around the
hush, your sister talking. Your sister's talking.
Are you hoping somebody agree with you?
No, your sister's talking. She said, "Don't make your mom come and see you tonight. Act right."
She's there every night. She walks the halls. I hear her, and I'm fine with it. She don't scare me. If she comes see you, you might get scared. She comes see me every night. I'm good.
Oh, that's sweet.
You got my face.
That's why you don't have a question. Oh, we say we're not doing it this week.
See? You want me to have a question when I'm supposed to?
I still want to ask this too, and then we want to we want go on what we're doing. Did I get that? Got the teacher, got the this, got the that, got the that, got the that. Bam, we got all our topics. High five. We friends.
Well, I'm upset about that. I argue with all my friends.
Oh, I got a friend. All right, so what was this I had? Oh, this is a question I had. I was listening to this story on the radio. And it was a woman. Okay, a woman, she works as a dispatcher for trucks. And she's the breadwinner in the household. She's married. They have children. She moved from one shift to the late shift, the overnight shift, because it's more money. She just been doing it. Her husband started complaining that he doesn't like sleeping in bed by himself at night. They've been together for about 15 years, like a long time, whatever. He wants her to change her shift, but that means less money. And she's the breadwinner. She did say that before she goes to work, she gives him sex. When she comes home, she gives him sex. She's never had to worry about sex. Oh, wait, no, that's what I asked. Worry about sex it was 13 years that they've been married. She comes downstairs. Well, she was upstairs one day, and her husband was downstairs in the kitchen whispering on the phone, and it sounded like he was touching himself. So he was talking to someone. And then she goes upstairs and she texts him real quick, like, what's going on, or whatever, like, good morning. And he rushes upstairs all sweaty and like, nothing, like disheveled. Mm-hmm. So she knows he's cheating in some way.
Or she thinks.
Somebody was allegedly on their phone.
It's alleged.
Somebody, look at.
It's alleged.
Jesus, come get your child.
It's alleged until there's proof.
Jesus. I almost walked on water. Remember that green water we saw?
That wasn't water. I don't know what that was. Just because it's coming out of the pipe and it was green. I don't know. Coming out of the pipe. Nasty.
I'm a kid.
That's why you ain't got no friends. You just nasty.
I know. Obviously not you. It's gonna come get me. Mm-hmm. What was I gonna say? So what were you saying about that?
I hear it the other way around, all the time. Mm-hmm. We can live with less money. I want you here with me. You should be home with the family. So it's weird when the shoe's on the other foot.
Okay.
Because I've heard that argument from one plenty of time, because the overnight shift is where shady stuff goes down, because there's usually less work done
and people
and
just chilling and whatever.
and you get to know people. And
But with dispatch, that's different. That's that's an actual shift. Like
no, yeah, it's an actual shift in a lot of
I
jobs.
know,
but
yeah,
there's less supervisors. There's no
yeah,
supervisors
at
overnight.
night, yeah.
They're usually people who they expect to supervise and be responsible for themselves work overnight.
Yeah, and that's probably why she got the opportunity for that shift.
Yeah.
But
that's also where all the shady stuff goes down, because even though these people are there to supervise this stuff, they're usually good enough at their job to multitask.
So you think that's his issue with it?
May or may not be.
Yeah.
But come on, I don't want to sleep in bed by myself.
Oh, I know about that. That's the true thing.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
That's a true thing.
Yeah, I've gone through that too. But I'll be like, yo, like, how'd you grow up?
But
yeah, so I mean, it comes down to if you're willing to, like, look, babe, I understand you took it for the money. We don't need the money as much as we need you here.
Okay.
Or, like, if it is on some jealousy, fuck over it. Let her work. If y'all need the money, shut the fuck up, let her work.
So
if she's the bread, so I mean, that's what it comes down to. Like,
but what about the cheating part?
Like, I think that's irrelevant till you catch him 100%. Like, if you caught him, then we not talking about you working a different shift. We talking about are you staying or going.
So okay, in that instance, she heard him whispering, saying a little nasty stuff on the phone. He was touching himself. Mm-hmm. She goes back upstairs and then texts him. So she saw him in some kind of situation. He's not talking to Paul. Could be talking to Paul.
See?
But either way, still wrong.
I'm not saying. All right. So
why? Like, what do you think? What do you think is?
I think one thing has nothing to do with the other.
Like, he could have been doing it all the time anyway.
Yeah, I think one thing has nothing to do with the other.
Okay.
I don't think her coming home is going to stop her from doing whatever he was doing, sneaking on the car. If she was already giving him sex all the time anyway.
Yeah. So it's not about that.
It's about something else.
Or just that's what he does.
Yeah. I think. Now maybe he picked up this habit because he's up late at night and can't sleep. Maybe this habit never would have got picked up if she was home. That I don't know. And just like the people at work today. Why you being sneaky?
Yeah.
Just say, "Fuck you doing?"
Yeah.
I see you. You up to something.
Instead of I don't understand that. Instead of being straightforward, like, hey, what's going on?
We got 13 years in. I can't say, "Hey, what you up to?"
Yeah.
And expect a straight answer.
You have a camera.
That is so unnecessary.
But you should still just go to him and say, "Hey,
hey, I seen you."
What was that about?
What white-handed pants? Who you talking to?
Paul? Was that Paul?
You talking to Paul about your Peter?
Putting it in water bottles. Because Paul and Peter's in water bottles sound like a story. Oh, all right. We don't have much else to talk about tonight. Thank you, Donna, for tuning in and commenting. As always, appreciate those recommendations. You will see those coming out in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's the end of. Is that the end of? Yeah. Oh, October's almost over.
Yeah. No more birthdays.
Jeez Louise. Dag, you just killing me off. No more birthdays for me. That's what he said.
Month.
Jesus. Oh, we only have like one more. Next week. Next week, before we go, we will be we have costumes. We're not gonna tell you what the costumes are.
I've been dressed up since I was 5 years old.
We dressed it up. So we have costumes. We're gonna have a nice little Halloween show. Maybe have guests on. Maybe I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's see what we do. So that will be next week that we're going to do the Halloween show because it's the 28th, and we hope to see you guys there. Oh, I love you too. Be safe down there and all the good stuff. Hopefully it's still warm down there. This is a little warm up here. Enjoying it.
We touched 70 yesterday, I think.
Yep, it's gonna be like 60s, 58.
Oh, before 70. We sign off, let's see where the Phillies at.
Hopefully let's see where the Phillies are.
4-2, we still winning.
4-2, Phillies.
Bottom of the 6.
Give love to the Phillies. If you haven't tuned in on Friday, you can always tune in later. And of course, I guess you would have tuned in already because this is the end of the show. Yeah. All right, whatever. I'll make a video about that or not. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. Have a great week.
See you next Friday.
Oh, now you got it. Now you know the ending to one of the shows, but not. All
Ah.
right. Bye.